Radical Jack here. So here we go. The first day of 39 days remaining. And yeah, this is day 50, so to speak. So yeah, I've decided this is going to be my last podcast or video. I'm going to go a little bit more internal, and I'm going to get off the Wi-Fi, Facebook, computers, and I'm going to go into real time. It's just very much overcome the feeling, I suppose, of the necessity of getting into something slightly more organic and ancient and old, and just basically disconnecting myself from the electric and that kind of thing, that daily task has been wonderful. It's been really nice. I've learned loads. It's been an interesting journey so far, and thank you very much, all you who've been watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you get something from it. You've got something from it. For myself personally, a little recap. It's for me, it's interesting. From the point of view of how we behave. What honesty truly is. All these various things that have come up in and around food. This is it's quite. It's a lot more than I would have given. We'll say. I mean, I've come to lots of different things, in my time, as a kind of, I suppose, the example of what you would term on the peripherals. There's been many things, over the years, I suppose, you get used to maybe the process of elimination, I suppose, and discovery, rediscovery, remembering, confirmation, things that you half kind of believe, are unsure as to whether there's total absoluteness in something or other. All this kind of stuff, and eventually I've come around to seeing that, the addictions and habits that we have are a lot more simple than we'd give them credit for. Isn't it interesting, that we were not so long ago, 10, 12, 13 years ago, up in arms about the idea of an ID card, and then suddenly Facebook just slipped in under our noses, if you like, and everybody was only too willing to put up their entire profile, date of birth and address, everything, phone numbers, everybody, and that's all fine, well and dandy. It's just to get the point across, there's no big deal if you're not up to anything. That you shouldn't be, then what is the problem? There is no problem. We can get into this whole story, forevermore, and go from left to right, and sometimes again it amounts to nothing more than weapons of mass distraction, is what I like to call it, and this is it, so that's been the main focus here. What is it that I need personally, to fill my cup, and what is it that this cup, what is this grail that that Arthur was questing for, You know, the cup, it seems to me, is the body. What is it? This temple Christ was talking about. You know, it is the body. You know, and you know, we are constantly looking for these things outside of ourselves. Like the church, for instance. You know, it's like the house of God. But you know, they say the kingdom of God is within you. You know, even Christ said this. You know, so you know, what are we talking about here? You know, in relation to this vehicle that we're all carrying, this soul. You know, this me. You know, and so yeah, I'm I'm aware that we might have misinterpreted the filling of this cup. We're so full now of food and negative vibrations from overeating, you know, that we're unable to fight the good fight, you know, and we're incapable of standing up for what is true and what is right, you know, and everything seems to be backwards, you know. And it's we're only all too willing to point the finger at something else outside of ourselves, and you know, put these blinkers on whilst pointing at other people who are putting blinkers on, you know. And so you know, this is where I'm at, you know. I don't want to, never mind McDonald's and supporting a company such as that, you know, that's tearing down the rainforest to make, you know, more open space for cattle that are brought up in an environment that is just absolutely um, uh, it's disgusting and degrading behavior to anything, you know, that we're supposed to be, you know, loving and kind creatures, you know, that we like to, promote ourselves as, you know. So, you know, there may, on some level, be nothing wrong with eating meat in your eyes, but certainly, you know, the way that we do things is by far extreme and you know, intolerant and unbelievably unsafe and unhealthy and you know, disgusting and degradable behavior towards the animal kingdom. You know, where once, you know, perhaps it's true to say that the animal gave their lives to clothe and feed us, where um, perhaps in apocalyptic or catastrophic change, planetary change, we had no choice, you know. But now we are heading in a direction, hopefully through you know, connectedness and technology and so on. You know, we have this full possibility to elevate ourselves in another way, you know, where there is choice for the first time, and then the danger of too much choice, and it leads to more extremism, you know, which is no different than the one we left, whether it be lack, and now heading for too much. Too much sees us no more or no less than you know, obesity, you know, and all the sickness and disease that comes with you know, the simplicity of you know, the daily tasks of you know, food and shelter, you know. You know, we have in some ways we've lost our way. So you know, this is it. You know, we are all responsible, is what I'm saying to myself. You know, there's no separation from you know, this ship that we're all on, be it hurtling throughout space at an almighty speed, or be it still. You know, it doesn't really make any difference. We're all here on this ball or plane, whatever you desire, you know, whatever you think. It makes no difference. We're all in this together, regardless. So, you know, this is it. This is what I'm asking of myself. I know what I have to do in order to, you know, break free of these modern day chains, you know, that keep me dumbed down and stuck in myself, incapacitated, incapable of rising above the mere daily task of doing something constructive, something real, something helpful, kind, caring, building a foundation where the children can be sprung from rather than caught up in the same ball and chain, but sprung into newness and beauty and love and light and joy and peace and harmony and all those creativities that can inspire us to plant more trees, or build beautiful, caring communities in commonality with each other and the world around us, and making the place fair and balanced, and really, loving each other, rather than taking advantage, of bigger or smaller or less developed countries and tribes and nations and so on. What is it about? We think sometimes that we can't do anything about the state of something else, that's over there. But the war that's inside you is the war that's outside us, and this is what I'm learning, and so I've got to find that peace in myself now. I've got 39 days, and it rings a bell for me because it's 3 9s, and I have 999. It's an emergency, and the emergency for me is like an emerging of this that is I, rather than this thing that is me, that I think I am, this this piped in dream, of whatever it is, however this web or veil or spell that is about us all in this way that we live our lives today, Yes, there are difficulties around this and stuff like that, but we have to believe in ourselves enough to be able to break this spell, and rebuild a new way of being, and stand up for the vulnerable and what is true and right and real and so on. So first we must sort ourselves out, and so this is where I'm at right now. And this is my last video. I'm not going to be doing any more. This is my 999. It's an emergency for me, and it works both ways. I can't go on in the way that I've lived my life, and this is it. This is the change. This is the challenge, that I've set myself, to break free and be that that butterfly, that bird, that eagle that soars, that shapeshifter, that is deep inside me, that is capable, of bringing light and being in joy and happy, living present, and inspiring all around me, without losing any energy. I've tasted that, and I have just lacked consistency, and this is where I'm heading now, to light up and do what I can while I'm here, This is my mission. So peace, love, and unity to all. I hope you got something from this, and I may be back one day at the end of this trip, or I'll see you when I see you. So blessed be. This is it. 999. It is an emergency.